2016, in 2016, the Parliament had enacted the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code. Along with that, we had also brought about substantial changes to the Sarfazi Act and the DRT Act in order to ensure expeditious recovery of outstanding dues to banks and financial institutions. The RBI has been simultaneously exercising its own authority under the Banking Regulation Act and has come out with different schemes, the CDR, SDR, S4A, from time to time. We also have the Joint Lending Forum framework prescribed by the RBI, which is currently functioning. Whereas over the last few years, we've been able to bring some several structural reforms in relation to the economy. One of the key problems which remains is that of stressed assets. Banks necessarily need to be in a robust position to support growth. And if the banks have an unacceptably high level of non-performing assets, this hinders their capacity. In order to further empower the Reserve Bank of India in this effort, the Cabinet had, day before yesterday, decided to recommend to the Honorable President the issuance of an ordinance. Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act deals predominantly with policy directives. It deals with the matters which relate to the functioning of the banking companies themselves. It also deals with banking policy. The RBI required to be empowered in relation to specific stressed assets also. It was doubtful that whether the language of Section 35A covered this empowerment. And therefore, it was felt necessary that the RBI should be empowered in this direction. The ordinance was signed late last night by the Honorable President, and it seeks to incorporate Section 35 capital AA and 35 capital AB. The first part relates to issuance of the Government of India authorizing the RBI to initiate insolvency and bankruptcy proceedings again in relation to any stressed assets. And the second part relates to specific directions, including formation of committees and oversight committees. Currently, the oversight committee functions in relation to S4A. And therefore, even in relation to resolution of specific accounts, either within the bankruptcy insolvency framework or under any other JLF framework, the RBI would be empowered to deal with this matter. The ordinance was signed yesterday night by the President. It has been notified as of today morning. The order of the central government authorizing the RBI in relation to exercise of jurisdiction under Section 35AA also has been issued today, separately. There are some other steps also being taken, which once decided we'll only convey to you and communicate to you at that stage. We are also planning in the process with and that when the MOUs are signed with the PSBs, which seek capitalization, then there would be some specific provisions in those MOUs also which would be incorporated. These would relate to immediate cash release initiatives such as sale of assets, closure of non-profitable branches, reduction of overheads, business turnaround initiatives such as strengthening of the credit appraisal process under active NPA management, and several others, details of which will be in a separate press statement communicated to you. The RBI and the government would continue to work together on expeditious resolution of this challenge of stressed assets. I do hope that this empowerment of the RBI would enable the issuance of several directions and steps in this regard. Thank you.
One by one, please.
देखिए ये एक ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है. उस प्रोसेस में और तेज गति आए जिसमें रेजोल्यूशंस हों, और इंसॉल्वेंसी और बैंकरप्सी कोड उसका एक बहुत बड़ा तंत्र है, जहां जेएलएफ के रेजोल्यूशंस में वक्त लगता था और कई बार पूर्ण सहमति बैंक्स की न होने की वजह से उस प्रक्रिया को में देरी होती थी. उसके संबंध में भी आदेश जारी हो सकते हैं. ये सारा एम्पावरमेंट आरबीआई को इसके माध्यम से किया गया है. I can't answer. Please.
Yes.
बहुत important point raised किया है कि certain specific provisions will now be woven in. Could you just mention those provisions again, because that will require a lot of activity on the side of the banks also to hive out whatever assets which are not working, stuff like that.
They'll be given to you in a statement.
Sir, will this OC also give protection to bankers which they have time and again?
You see, this is one of you are right. One of the objects would also be that when bankers take commercial decisions on commercial and banking considerations, they must have an adequate comfort level. And therefore, a committee which oversees such JLF arrangements is one step which will give them this comfort level. You must also keep in mind that there was a proposed amendment to the Prevention of Corruption Act which had been introduced in Parliament. The Standing Committee of Parliament has already considered it and submitted its report. So now it has to come up for consideration before the full houses, both houses.
Will it be mandatory? Will it be mandatory for the banks to follow the directions of this oversight committee?
ऐसा है कि जो आरबीआई के अब कदम होंगे इस एम्पावरमेंट के तहत, वो सबके ऊपर बाध्य होंगे.
So, but this
So
is
while
also
RBI now will be the enforcer, sir, many also say that this infringes on the commercial decision-making ability of the banks. What?
This will expedite the commercial decision making of the banks.
RBI as a regulator and this, sir, isn't it a dichotomy? in the-
No, it's not a dichotomy. The RBI oversees functions, and therefore keeping the health of the banks intact is one of the RBI functions.
Sir, according to 35A, now government may issue directive to RBI to issue directive in certain cases.
Government may authorize the RBI.
Yeah. So, in a specific cases also government may.
Government will issue only a general authorization. That authorization has already been issued this afternoon.
Sir, can the RBI initiate winding up petitions? Can they order the banks to initiate winding up petitions?
That's the object of the law. That's the precise object.
Sir, some of the RBI, some of the guidelines that RBI has issued are seen to be inhibiting, resolution. In things
Well-
like S4A, etc., where you can't take decisions on increasing the tenure, reducing the interest rate.
That is for the RBI to consider. I will not
सर
make
इस
any
वक्त
comment.
बैंक्रप्सी कोड जो सरकार ने लेके आई है, क्या उसके तहत जो फास्ट ट्रैक करने का 90 दिन के प्रोविजन है, उसके लिए भी स्पेसिफिक कहा जा सकता है कि 90 दिन के अंदर इसको इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रक्रिया अपनाई जाए? इस तरह का भी
देखिए, वो तो जो उस प्रक्रिया का शेड्यूल है वो तो 2016 के कानून के तहत है, उसका इससे कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है, वो कानून वैसा ही रहेगा। इसके तहत कार्रवाई कीजिए, ये एक अधिकार दिया जाता है।
Sir, can you give us a broad idea to what extent these measures will expedite the process and how many cases are likely to be taken?
Let us
up in
wait.
the
I won't get into it. There are some list of stressed assets which I think the RBI would already be looking into.
Last question,
So
please.
would it be correct to say that the amendments to the act have been brought in to make compliance by banks, to strengthen the compliance by banks, because as it is the RBI has undertaken certain processes or schemes they're currently underway, but now probably the compliance.
You see, the object of this act is that the present status quo can't continue. And the present status quo is that not much was moving. And therefore, a paralysis in the name of autonomy is detrimental to the economy itself. And therefore, that really requires to be broken.
सर क्या एनपीए की स्थिति इतनी जल्दी से बढ़ रही थी, तेजी से बढ़ रही थी कि सरकार मॉनसून सेशन के इंतजार किए बिना ऑर्डिनेंस लेके आई? क्या मतलब
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि ऑर्डिनेंस का अधिकार एक लेजिटिमेट संवैधानिक अधिकार है जब संसद नहीं है, और इस विषय पे तो पिछले महीने 1.5 महीने से चर्चा हो ही रही थी।
सर टॉप डिफॉल्टर्स की सर लिस्ट है, तो दैट लिस्ट हैज बीन गिवन, आई मीन has this list been shared with RBI also to maybe issue?
It's not a state secret. I'm sure you know it better than me.
So going forward broadly, what will the role of the government now, because a lot of it has been handed over to Reserve Bank of India in terms of their empowerment.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि the regulation and to ensure that the health of the banking system is maintained is also one of the primary responsibilities of the RBI, and therefore conventionally under the act even the power under 35A was a power with the RBI, and it is therefore only logical that the power under section 35AA and AB also remains with the RBI. Whenever North Block has without power interfered in the banking system, it hasn't done very good.
Sir, is the government open to provide more recapitalization
Thank you.
to banks?
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.